And what I'm always saying is I'm urging them to get in touch with their inner self, with the God within them, with that inner spirit within them, connect to themselves so they can know who they are, know what their passion is, and discover what their purpose is. Because I believe that we are here to serve each other. And in doing that, we serve the world. And I feel that that is the message. That's a part of the message of this book and bringing spirituality to politics. And can you speak to that a little bit about bringing spirituality to politics?
Well, when you said that the purpose of our lives is to connect with spirit and be here for each other, that is, of course, the ultimate, whether it's Jesus saying, love one another as I have so loved you, whether it's in Judaism, justice, justice thou shalt pursue, whether it's Buddha talking about infinite compassion. All of the great spiritual and religious teachings have this core element of love for others. So spirituality in politics takes the stand that if that is the purpose, which we agree that it is, of all individual behavior, it should be the purpose of collective behavior as well. So if my purpose is to extend love and justice, then the purpose of all public policy should be to extend love and justice. And just as we are told to not to bow down to idols, what has happened in our society, for instance, with an economic paradigm and the idea of short-term corporate profits overriding humanitarian and democratic values, we now bow down to the idol of corporate profits.
Mm-hmm.
Take no gods before me means put nothing before love. So Mahatma Gandhi first articulated the principles of political nonviolence. And what he said was that there is a spirit within every man, woman, and child, which heals not only our personal relationships. Now you could say that that's the Buddha mind. You could say that's the Christ. You could say it's the Shekinah in Judaism. It doesn't matter what we call it. The idea of something within us, which is in essence our love for one another. And what Gandhi said is that this heals not only our personal relationships, this same force also heals social, political, and economic relationships. Now, Martin Luther King Jr. went to India, studied the principles of nonviolence, and came back and applied them to the struggle for civil rights in the 1960s in the United States. He said that Gandhi was the first person who had taken the love ethic of Jesus. Now, it's worthy of note that to King, this was the love ethic of Jesus. To Gandhi, it was the love ethic at the heart of all the religions, right? And he said he moved it beyond mere personal interaction to be a social force, broad-scale social force for good. So we're talking about the evolution of the species. We're talking about agape love. We're talking about the idea that the love will save the world is not just you loving your child or my loving my child, but evolving to the point where we have to see everybody's child as important to us as our own children. And that, of course, affects things such as public policies in a very big way. Public policy is an expression of our collective behavior. So we have to move beyond, I'm trying to be a good person, to, I want this to be a good nation. I want public policy to express justice. I want public policy to express compassion. I want public policy to express love. Now, there are some who would say, yes, but then people wouldn't make money, but that's ridiculous. It means there would no longer be a tiny few who could exploit the public for personal gain. But actually, this would only grow a more expanded and much more abundant economy for everyone, because it would lead to the self-actualization of as many people as possible.
So how can we get people to care? Because there are people who, since the election, well, we know so 90 million people didn't vote in the election, but since the election, there are people who say, well, this doesn't affect me.